Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means, right? It's Transformational Tip Tuesday. Hello, Alice, already in the house with her pinkies up. I love a good pinky up time, don't you? It's so good to be with you. Freezing cold outside. And let me tell you something, at 9 o'clock this morning when it was 36 degrees out and I was playing pickleball, boy, was it cold. But I'll tell you what, that it got the blood flowing, got the juices going in my head, and I'm here, I'm ready, and here you are. Hi, Jackie. I'm so glad you're here. Here we are, full blown into the holidays. Who has got all their stuff ready to go? I certainly do not. No, I don't have anything done. We did get the Christmas tree up. Yay. We've got the wreath on the door. Yay. And that's pretty much it. That's all we have done. On Friday, Caroline and I are going to have a little girl time, and we are going to, we're definitely going to have a tea at a tea place. There's a tea place here in Hendersonville that we're going to go to, and, girl time, Christmas girl time. Yeah, it's so fun. Hi, Catherine. I'm so glad you're here. I think girl time's just so, it's just 100% necessary. Don't you agree? And especially for those of you who are blessed and lucky enough to have daughters, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey there, Sandy. I'm glad you're here. So I'm really looking forward to that. We've been kind of planning this for a while. We finally got the date set and all of that. So it's going to be fun. You have Christmas girl time. You have that tomorrow? Oh, good. I'm so glad. How fun is that? Girl time is the best, Catherine. I am telling you, it is the best. And I just love my daughter. So she's got a Christmas movie picked out. She's got, so we're going to have our tea time, and then we're going to go to her house and have watch a movie, and that's it. I'm just excited about it. Hello, Karen. It's so nice to have you here, and Linda. So we are today, here we are in the middle of Christmas, but we are still holding the line and still going forward and doing the work that we need to be doing personally for ourselves, right? Oftentimes what happens is we get sidetracked with all this holiday stuff, and we forget about the self-care. We forget about the fact that we still need to be moving our bodies. We still need to be hydrating. We still need to be sleeping well. And we still need to be taking care that what's on the end of our fork isn't going to light us up like the Christmas tree. Am I right? So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying don't have a treat or whatever, but it shouldn't be a continual treat fest, or you'll really feel it later on. I've noticed that the older I get, the more this is, emphatically true. So I'm just saying, I'm looking out for you. What can I tell you? And to anybody who is here, who's also joining me on doing your hot melt, here's cheers. Here's to you. And here is to our Tuesday. And I'm glad you're here. Again, I'm glad you're here. Our quote of the week is a really good one. Although I'm not on board completely with Dr. Laura. did I ever tell you the story about being on Dr. Laura's show? I will sometime. It was pretty weird situation. But anyway, she has a really good quote that's, don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a lot of time making it. Doesn't that ring true? Doesn't it ring true? Here's the thing that I think about when I think about this. We hold on to that mistake simply because we have the fear of letting go, because we spent a lot of time. We might have spent a lot of money making it. And what we need to do is we need to examine what the heck is going on here. Always, always, always dispensing with the stuff that no longer serves us and the stuff that is, maybe not a priority in our lives and all of that. And that's the thing. That's how we need to be looking at this, because mistakes, we get stubborn, and we hold on to something that's just not necessarily wise to hold on to. I'm just dropping that in there and just maybe something to think about. Catherine says, saving dinner, amen, right? Amen. Hi, Jennifer. So that is just, that's wisdom right there. That is a wise thing. We have Christmas menus. Speaking of wise, use our Christmas menus. They're fabulous. They are tested recipes. They have all the information that you need, free guides along the way. And I will tell you, everybody who uses our prepared, preset, ready to go for you holiday menus, that's how the whole saving dinner for the holidays was born, by the way. It was. So that's really exciting. So go get them. It's savingdinner.com/Christmas. That's where you can find those menus. The second thing is that we have a whole bunch of freezer meals ready to go just for you. Now, I happen to be a big fan of having a plan A and then also having a plan B. I like to plan my meals, plan my ingredient, plan everything. But the deal is, if you need a fallback plan, you don't want to be falling back to something that's inflammatory and expensive, like calling the pizza guy, right? Instead, if you had a plan and you've prepared in advance, you got meals in the freezer. And our meals are set up so that all you have to do is cook them up fresh, and they're delicious. We have a whole methodology that goes with them. We have them in the classic family style. We have them in low carb style and paleo as well. You just choose which option you want. You're going to get over 100 recipes with the full setup on how to assemble them and put them together, and then cook time, what to do then. I love these. You can find them at savingdinner.com/show. And here's the best part. We're selling them there's a couple of bonuses that come with it. $27, $27. So this is going to save you a boatload of money, and it's also going to make it's going to take your freezer to the next level of really serving you and your family. What do you think of that idea? Look who's here. Jocelyn and Martha and Debbie and Jeanette. Goodness, I think we're ready for a party. That's what I say. I think we're ready for a party. The other thing that I'm going to mention, and this is going to be quite, Amber and I have been very busy. Let me just put it to you this way. As you know, Amber has an extraordinary talent for laying things out and the artwork and the artistic touches, and the workbook is getting ready to go to press as we speak. And you might be wondering, what workbook are you talking about? I'm talking about Take Back Your Body. Now, Take Back Your Body is a program that I did back in probably 2015, 16, 17, back then. I've revamped it a little bit and zhuzhed it up and made it a whole lot better. And while, yes, there's a lot of women who are going to take this up and say, I want to take back my body. I want to lose this weight. I want to do this, or I want to do that. It is not just about weight loss. It is about taking back your body. What does that look like for you? Taking back your body means that you make a decision that you are in charge. You make a decision that you are the one who's going to move the needle. You are the one who gets it. You are the one. Because I think oftentimes what we do is that we, kind of abdicate our responsibility for our bodies to our doctors, to a book, to a method, to whatever, without being fully in touch with who we are. And I believe that's the key. I believe that's the central thing that has to be. It's going to be an 8-week course beginning Tuesday, January 9th. I don't have anything to give you right now. All I'm telling you is I want you to start thinking about this. I want you to start thinking about, there's no page to go look at. There's no nothing. It is an 8-week course called Take Back Your Body. There's a workshop. There will be people involved. There'll be a private Slack channel. And I'm going to tell you what, our small groups are incredible. We will have hot seats. We will have lessons. We will have videos. We'll have all kinds of stuff. And all I can tell you is stay tuned and stay with it, because I'm really excited for this. I'm excited for the revamped version. So anyway, giving you the little sneaky preview. Hello, Doris. I'm glad you're here. So today we are going to be talking about fear. Fear. Here's the thing with fear. Fear is something that every single person on this planet has experienced, has lived through, and maybe subtly lives on a daily basis, some kind of fear. And sometimes we don't even know that that's exactly what it is. But I think personally, this is how I look at fear. I think we have to look at fear as part of our emotional set of feelings and things that we go through. And it's something that we all need to address and face, confront, and yes, live with. But we also have a tendency to blow things up to be bigger than they truly are, including our fears, by the way, including our fears. You remember as a child, we believed that something lived under our beds or was in the closet. Our parent would come in, flick on the light, and there was nothing there, right? It didn't stop the fear, but the proof and the evidence showed that there was nothing there. So what I'm asking you to do is to maybe take a look at fear with a slightly different lens. And let's go through this because I have some information here and 7 things to help you get past fear, or at least crippling fear or great big fear that you maybe haven't been able to put your finger on, and get on with it. What do you think about that? Let's get on with it. I'm going to go ahead and bring our friends from TikTok on board because why not? Oh, I didn't realize, boy, people on TikTok can really see my messy desk over there. So I got to stand up and sit over here. All righty. So let's talk about this because here's the thing. Fear of failure is one of the biggest fears any of us experience. Am I right? Anybody here ever experienced fear of failure? I'll tell you what, all the time. It can stop you before you even get started on the thing that you want to get started on. That's the thing that I've noticed. It's frustrating. And the root cause of procrastination, it is the root cause of procrastination. And we get to the place of thinking, well, why should I even try? Why should I even bother? And this is self-doubt, right? In capital S, capital D. And it can be paralyzing, stopping you from a very worthwhile goal. Maybe you've had a lot of past experience where you've noticed that you have failed and failed and failed again. And I am asking you to just give yourself another opportunity. Every single person, when we quit on ourselves, we tell ourselves that we're not worth it and that we can't do it. And we don't have the stuff. And I'm telling you, you do. Every single one of you do. And the reason that you do is because who you are is fearfully and wonderfully made by the Creator himself. It's true. You're here on purpose and for purpose. And if this is the case, then we need to move past the self-doubt and just understand that it's there, allow it to take a seat, and you take over and take the wheel of the bus because you get to drive this. You do not have to have fear overtake you. Just tell fear to take a seat. I believe also the other thing that I will say very clearly, when people say you want to live fearlessly, I don't think there's any such thing as fearlessly. We don't do things fearlessly. We can do things with less fear, and we can certainly take fear and put it in its place and shrink it down. We can. That I 100% believe that. And so here I want to talk about that today because I think it's so critically important. Experts say that oftentimes some of us who have this crippling, debilitating fear, it comes from hypercritical parents, right? Sure. Fear-based rules, threats, ultimatums might have possibly been part of your growing up experience. I know I had a little bit of that myself. And what it does is it causes an extreme need to ask permission to live your life fully. Can you imagine how crazy that is? It also causes a lot of people to do a lot of people-pleasing things and to seek validation from others. I hope this doesn't sound familiar. But if it does, you're in good company. I'm with you because I know I've done. I spent the lion's share of my life doing this. And then when I finally started to question, who is the them that I'm worried about? Who is the them that I'm worried that is going to, pass judgment on my life? Who is it that I'm worrying about? And why do I need somebody else to validate me, especially a stranger? Do I need that? Absolutely not. But that was part of this whole thing. And this is what the experts tell us is part of it. The experts also tell us that perfectionism is a part of fear of failure as well. And trying may produce less than perfect results. And guess what? You say that's never going to work and we might as well not do it. And I say to you, step outside of your comfort zone, be a little bit terrified because it is scary. And then that's how you quell the fear, by confronting it in just that way, right? That is how you do it. We also try to play it safe when it comes to fear because we feel like if fear doesn't see us, we can somehow scooch away from it. Sometimes the other thing is, and let me ask you, have you done this one before? We over-identify with fear. Saying things like, well, I always fail, I'll never make it, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. That's over-identifying with fear. That's what the experts say. They're all part and parcel of this whole fear factor, right? And I'm not talking about the show where they eat insects and bite the heads off lizards or whatever other disgusting thing that they do. But what we need to do is learn how to overcome the fear of failure. And I have 7 things for you to do on this. So you got to start by, of course, finding out where it came from. What's this all based on? What can we do about this? And then the very first thing after that's kind of the prelude to the whole thing. But the first thing is to identify them, right? The first thing is to identify them. Okay. Number 2. And by the way, if you want the show notes, you can get them at savingdinner.com. Just get the show notes. The show notes will come out in tomorrow's email. Just letting you know, because I want you to have that. And then you use them, right? Or you use it, or whatever that fear is, to listen to yourself, to question it, to use it as a jumping off place. What is this about? This is part of the whole confronting of fear. And it's a healthy thing to do. We, instead of pretending that it's not there, instead of just retreating and allow fear to go in front of us, instead of having it go behind us, think about that for a minute, right? That's how I look at it. Our brains reward good behavior. It also rewards bad behavior too. But our brains will reward the good behavior if we confront it. It will shrink the fear down. It'll shrink the fear down to fit. And I say that all the time because, again, I do not believe that one can live 100% fearless. I think you can live with less fear, and I think you can shrink fear down into, a tangible place instead of allowing it to become the big boogie monster that we do, like, 5-year-old kids. We don't need to do that. Number 3, we need to use our goals to create our path. Oh, I love this so much. Your goals do create your path because your goals dictate what your actions are going to be. And when you do that, you find yourself with daily manifestos of, I am stronger than I think I am. I am capable. I am able. This is something that I said to Mark today on the pickleball court. And this happens if anybody plays pickleball, you know what I'm talking about. Oftentimes when you're playing mixed doubles, your male partner will think that they need to poach as many shots as they can and play the whole court. And it gets annoying if you are the female partner. So what I said to Mark today is just remember something. I am capable. I am able to get those shots. I've worked hard and continue to do so. So he acknowledged and backed down. Your fear will do the same thing. You are capable. You do have the capability. You do have the capacity. Step up and claim that. Amen? This is very important. Number 4, surround yourself with your people. You know who they are. Your people. They're your community. They are the people who've got your back. They're the people that when you post something like you do in our Facebook group or something and you say, I'm really having a difficult time now. Watch them scurry to you quickly How can I help? What can I do for you? You know that. Have you felt it? There's nothing like having somebody on your side to say, I believe in you. You've got this. Don't sweat it. What can I do to help? I'm here for you. All of those words of affirmation. It's friendship. It's community. It's this whole thing of somebody having your heart and having your back at the same time. Right on, Debbie. Debbie says, pinkies up. Pinkies up. You know, if you don't have a community like that, find one. And if you want to come into our Facebook group, we're there, right? It's the Hot Milk Sprint group on Facebook. And every single day, people are posting, they're sharing their encouragement, they're sharing their struggles, and they're making themselves maybe a little bit vulnerable. But, you know, in the exchange, it's a good exchange rate, am I right? It's always a good exchange rate when you understand that there are people out there that love you, that have your back, and that want to be a part of your life. And that helps to diminish the fear amazingly, amazingly. Number 5 is you need to have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is always looking for possibility. A growth mindset is open to listen, to learn, to become. And a fixed mindset shuts it all down. Well, it's never going to work. That's too hard. Oh, I don't think so. That's never. You can see the whole thing. One is an open door. The other one is shut, closed. It's get smart. Da, 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 da. It's all that, you know, everything's just falling down, shutting down. Forget about it. You can't have that. If, and this is the biggie, if you have a fixed mindset, you are not going to grow in your life. And that's the truth. And I've done a whole teaching on growth versus fixed mindset. And I don't know, I think we might even have a graphic for that. And if we do, we will put it in tomorrow's show notes. Okay, deal? The other thing is number 6 is to use your experience file. You know your experience file. You know what that is by now, right? Your experience file is where you've had an experience. Maybe it didn't go well, but there is a lesson there for you to extrapolate from there. Always, 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 always. Because when we can extrapolate the lesson, then we can move on and learn from it. But when we roll around in all the old stuff and relive it and revisit it and constantly, you know, it's like, have you ever had a dog who liked to roll around in dog poo-poo or horse poo-poo? I had a dog who did that. Rolling around in it, it just stinks. It really, literally stinks. Don't do that. But instead, if we can start moving our experiences into that place of the experience file and the lessons learned, we're going to grow and grow and grow, and our fears are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So we have to remember, too, that failure means, and this is number 7, failure means trying again. It does, because a failure just means you figured out one more way how to invent the light bulb, right? How it didn't work. That's Edison. It's Edison moments like that. How many times? I don't even know. Hundreds of times he figured out how to not invent a light bulb until he finally did. This is grit, folks. It is grit, not quit. Never quit on yourself. When you quit on yourself, you're telling yourself you just don't have what it takes. And I'm telling you, you do. Big time, you have what it takes. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that desire in your heart. Otherwise, you wouldn't want what it is that you want. So what if you've had some failure in the past? What does that mean? You're human? Well, welcome to the human race, by the way. There's a whole bunch of us here, and we're here with open arms saying, welcome. Let's try again. Get up and try again. Get up and try again. Get up and try again, because you're worth it. You are worth it. So start with this then. What if, can you imagine, those are opener sentences for opening the door of possibility to a growth mindset, so you can start to see what's available for you. Amazing. Amazing. There's so much available for you. So if you do that, you're going to start to see the possibilities, and they're just going to magically appear in your whole life. It's true, because it is our reticular activating system looking for evidence to support the things that we might possibly believe in. Isn't that cool? And the thing is if we believe in the change that we want, this is it. If we believe in the change that we want, we have some emotion about that change that we want, feel it, visualize it, and work for it, it's inevitable. It's going to be yours. It's going to land on your lap. And it might not come easily. It might have a little sweat attached to it, a little sweat equity, but who cares, right? Who cares? Especially if the fear goes like this and gets smaller and smaller and you become bigger and bigger. Because fear has a tendency to shrink us down. And I'm saying, no, no, no. You run the show. You can make the fear shrink down. Amen? I like that so much better. We always create more of what we're focused on. So if we're focused on the fear, guess what? Fear and fear and fear and fear and fear. It grows and it gets bigger. But if you're focused on the solution to what you want, if you're focused on the largeness with the way in which you want to live your life, vibrancy will be yours. It will be yours. There's just no way that it can't be, you know? It's time to rise up. It's time to greet and meet and bring in this vibrancy that you want simply by making a decision that you're going to get past fear. You're going to shrink it down to fit, and you are going to become much, much bigger than fear because you're here on purpose and for purpose. And I don't want you to ever forget that. I will say that until the cows get home, because this is the truth of who you are. Right on. So there you go. This is what we do on Transformational Tip Tuesday. Amen. I hope to see you here tomorrow for Wise Women's Wednesday. We got some more. Boy, oh boy, we got some more stuff. I can't wait to talk about it with you. Peace be with you. If you need anything, you know where to find me. I'm right here on all the social media platforms. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.